The only thing that she did wrong at the day and time was drive a vehicle.
With cocaine, alcohol in her system, beer in the car at a .20.
Welcome back to Good in Court. This is my reaction to a pregnant crazy lady who accidentally unalived someone on the highway while driving. The problem is that she has traces of drugs in her system. Oh my goodness.
6300 block of I-45 South here in Harris County. Investigators observed massive damage on a Chrysler, indicating a head-on impact. Massive force damage on a Mitsubishi, indicating a T-bone impact to the driver's side. Officers spoke with a HFD firefighter who was on his way to work and observed the Chrysler strike the Mitsubishi. The Chrysler cut in front of him, causing him to swerve to the right and hit an Amazon truck. He states that this defendant was the driver and sole occupant of the Chrysler, and the driver of the Amazon truck confirms the wheel witness's story and stated that he clipped the Chrysler as he was coming to a stop. The complainant was taken to the hospital where she was pronounced deceased.
Oh girl, you really screwed up on that one. You literally just ruined your life just because you wanted to take some drugs.
Officers observed an unopened beer can in the driver's seat of the Chrysler.
You are literally asking to be in handcuffs if you have freaking open can beers in the car. Who is this lady?
Driver, and that she struck the vehicle. They observed a strong odor of alcohol in her breath, red glassy eyes, and slurred speech.
Oh, she is cooked.
She was transported to the hospital, and a DRE arrived, and she was Mirandized and she waived her rights. She stated that an SUV was stopped in a lane and she tried to swerve to avoid hitting it and then crashed into the other vehicle.
Notice how she's holding a pregnant belly as if she's going to use that for pity, but no, it just proves you're really irresponsible.
And alcohol in the car while she's driving.
Yes, sir. SFSTs were done. She scored 6 out of 6 on the HGN. She did not have vertical gaze nystagmus, and officers observed a lack of convergence. They were not able to do the walk and turn and one leg stand due to her injuries of a broken arm and sternum. There was a blood warrant and residual search warrant that were done, and her blood, Your Honor, came back at a .025 for ethanol, and she had... Yes, 025, yes, sir. And then she had marijuana and cocaine in her system.
It gave struggle. Damn, she chose to do everything.
And what's the offer you worked out?
We worked out an 18-month probation offer with 7 days as a condition, Your Honor.
Oh, that's so sweet. Probation for unaliving someone. Totally.
That's not in the fact that there's a dead body in this case. Why is it not an intoxication?
It's a causation issue, Judge. We looked at it for an upgrade, is my understanding, because the other vehicle was on the roadway. Legally speaking, there's a causation problem, Judge, so that's why we came to the agreement that we have the families on board.
I'm so confused. What is all this causation stuff? No, she unalived someone. She has a lot of freaking drugs in her system. I don't think she deserves probation. She's going to make exactly the same mistake. Why only a slap on the wrist?
I'm sorry, I'm not going to take it. We have a dead body here. She has cocaine in the system. She's got booze in the car while she's driving, and a dead body. I'm not down with that.
And this is why I like you, Judge. He actually has some common sense here.
No, we're going to have to do something else, but I would be remiss a week in jail where we have a dead body.
Yes, sir.
And to me, just because you're 9 months pregnant doesn't factor anywhere in my mind, Ms. Sanchez. Ma'am, look at me. While you're about to give life, you took someone else's life.
Ooh, boy, I felt that in my veins.
I'm sorry. How many lives are now ruined because of this?
She's probably going to say one, which is herself.
Not only yours, how about everybody else? Every single day in Harris County, someone is maimed because of the DWI. It's sick that we lead the nation in fatalities.
It's true. As someone who used to live in the Harris County area, it's pretty wild over there.
And I don't know why they can't prove causation to charge you with intoxication and manslaughter. But to me, a week is insufficient. Not enough.
Yes, sir.
So
We'll go back to the drawing board and get everybody set, Judge.
but
Yes, sir.
I'm ready to set this case for trial now. So unless we can work something out today, I'm saying it gets set today.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Judge.
Your Honor, I understand that a fatality did occur, but the reason why they weren't able to charge my client with intox manslaughter
is because this accident was unavoidable. If you're,
Unavoidable?
yes, sir.
I don't know what this lawyer is on, but that's not a good argument because clearly she could have avoided it by not taking those freaking drugs.
At the time of this accident, it was unavoidable. What ended up happening is that the deceased party spun out in front of her and she was just going straight. The only thing that she did wrong at the day and time was drive a vehicle.
With cocaine, alcohol in her system, beer in the car at a .20.
The lawyer looks so embarrassed. He does not know what to say.
Let me ask you something. Have you ever done breath test? Have you ever blown into a breath test machine? Have you ever done those wet labs? You ever done that?
He's trying to rip into the lawyer.
Really?
Okay.
Have you ever done it?
I'll go one further, Your Honor. Before being a defense attorney, I was a lieutenant with HPD.
Okay.
So I'm above and beyond. I spent 3 years doing accident division. So not only did I investigated these. So my knowledge is probably more superior than anybody in the room. I spent 3 years picking up dead bodies. And that is a true and factual statement I'm making before the court. So yes, sir, I have.
I did, you know, as part of training when I was a defense lawyer, I went to these classes where we took the breath test machines apart, did all kinds of experiments, did these drinking wet labs where you drink and then you blow into the machine. And the one time we did it, we downed a bunch of booze and I blew into the machine and I was lit, right? And I blew a 14 and I was lit, man. And all I did was I blew a 14, right? 0.14. She's at a 0.2.
0.025, Judge. 0.025.
0.02.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I thought you said 0.2.
No, sir, no, it's 0.025 with the cocaine and THC.
No, so she's not 3 times or 4 times over the legal limit, Your Honor.
Oh boy, he's smiling. He knows. The judge is rethinking everything.
We were discussing about Ms. Sanchez. We were discussing when for you to do your jail time. Should we have you do it immediately to where you have the baby in jail? Is that cruel and unusual punishment? But then again, is a dead body cruel and unusual punishment? You know, what's fair? What's not fair?
I would hate to be in that dilemma, but he's making a point here.
All I know is that you're charged with DWI. There's a dead body, but they just can't prove causation. And that's why you're not charged with manslaughter. But the fact remains is that we have a dead body.
I think that's BS personally. I really think she's just getting a slap on the wrist here.
We reconcile that. You know, you're pregnant now. And I truly hope that you've treated your body well throughout that pregnancy. Because if you haven't, and you've used anything while you're on probation, you're guaranteeing yourself a life of babysitting of a potential baby that will have developmental, potential psychological, physiological issues.
I'm disappointed that someone pregnant would ingest something like that in their system when they know their child is not going to end up well. No compassion for the baby whatsoever.
You're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. The agreement that you guys have worked out is 30 days in jail as a condition to probation for 18 months. As part of the probation, does she have any prior DWI stuff?
No, Judge.
Any other criminal history?
Juvenile history only, Your Honor, but nothing DWI.
Ah, so she was a mischievous child once too. I mean, I wonder how many times she didn't get caught.
We are asking for DWI education class, a victim impact panel, guardian interlock, no refusal, no drugs or alcohol, random UAs, 80 hours of community service, and a $300 donation to MAP.
Let me know in the comments if you think that's fair. I personally don't.
Sanchez, I will keep you to it strictly. I'm going to monitor you myself. You will report to me here to the court so that I make sure everything gets done well. If you are not in compliance, I will issue a warrant for your arrest you will be put into jail, and then you'll be facing up to 180 days in jail. If you test positive for alcohol or any kind of drugs, I will put you in a treatment facility in the jail. Do you understand, ma'am?
This is way too lenient for her. I don't think she's gonna learn.
No driving. If she's had any violations while she's been on? I don't think so,
I
right?
don't
She hasn't
see any,
any
Judge, no.
Okay. Like I said, I'm keeping you close to me. From now on, you'll be facing a minimum of 30 days in jail if you ever pick up another DWI. Do you understand?
It's gonna be crazy as a baby growing up with like a criminal mother. It's really sad. I just feel like people need to get their life together first before having a baby. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos.